Hi folks and welcome back. Hope you've had a fantastic Christmas and holiday season, no matter what you've been doing, where you've been doing it, and who you've been doing it with. Hope it's been an awesome one. But it is time to get back to work. So we're going to continue our Japanese playthrough here. We've pacified China by March of 1939, which I'm reasonably happy about. And we have to start looking towards our next conquests and next possessions that we're going to take. Now, with Japan, as it was historically, it's all about getting the resources. And in fact, actually, I've made a couple of changes. We've just tidied up some armies. I haven't passed any time, but we've just done some tidying up after taking China. So we've got armies ready to go in against British Burma, going against France, although there used to be a focus to take that peacefully. We're going to see if that's still available in the tree. We'll have to check that out. We need to start planning invasions, and with the new naval changes, I think it's going to be important, a lot more important, to go naval island hopping across the Pacific. So rather than just trying to bypass the Philippines and take Dutch East Indies and British Malaya, it's probably going to be necessary to take it, partly for naval range, but also because of the pesky naval supremacy situation that, well, we'll have some problems if the US is able to... Actually, we don't need to go to war with the US, do we? So there's a possibility. We can maybe hold that off. There is an option now to strike Pearl Harbor, so all sorts of options. I need to get the aircraft industry going. So to that end, we are going to look at our trade, because I've put a couple of military factories... Oh, I'll show you, actually. A couple of military factories onto some very basic light fighters and some carriers, but just one factory apiece on the carrier planes. They're not as urgent, but close air support and light fighters is what we've got, just to get some basic air support up. We could do something with range, so we're looking at like medium bombers, maybe, just something with some range to support naval invasions as we go. It's going to be an issue, and the biggest issue being that whilst we have some better or more military factories now, don't have a whole lot of materials, and it looks like we're actually bringing in more steel than we need to. Oh, I know why that is. It's because we're trading away just one factory to get all of the steel from Manchukuo. So, wait, that's taking convoys? Oh, it's because it's classed as having to come across the sea. Okay, fair enough. I thought that's because we had a border there that would be free, but or convoy free. That's fine, though. We're getting a hell of a good deal there for our single factory. But what we do need is aluminium. And unfortunately, our puppets don't really produce any of that. So we can do some infrastructure. Shit, there's not much. There's not much in Japan. Maybe we should go for the thing that allows us to make planes out of wood instead of aluminium, because I think that's going to be a constant thorn in our side, because we do need a decent air force for what we're going to do. All we can kind of do is try and get some from Manchukuo. So for one factory, we get all of theirs, and China, we get all of theirs, and that's still not going to be enough for what we actually need. And rubber. Oh, God, rubber's a problem. We are going to need to get some of that. So this is going to be a case of let's see where we can get this from and plan invasions. And I think that's British Malaya is going to be the obvious one. If we take that, that's all the rubber we'll need for the rest of the game. It's a decent bit of aluminium in there as well, but it's mainly that rubber. That is tasty. And oil. We're going to need fuel. And there's a nice bit on there. Actually, it just looks like it's going to be the standard Dutch East Indies. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of rubber down there. So oil and rubber, it's got to be done. The rest of this area is not necessary, really, but I guess we'll see where we go. That might be a problem. Someone said that in their game they had puppeted China, and China rose to become the leader of the faction. So we need to keep an eye on that. With the new focuses, which I haven't had a look at, I don't know what's going to be an issue with that, so something to keep in mind. Anyway, we'll take what we can get, but where can we get some rubber from in the short term? The Kingdom of Siam might be our best bet. So let's see if we can get... I'll go for one factory, which we can afford. Okay, let's roll time and see where we get to. I think I've put the fleets back on go and do nothing. Yeah, it looks like they're recovering. So we do need to have the fleets training up. And I think we need to spend some of our XP that we've got built up here as well. So, did we get all these opened? I think we've opened up all... Wow, okay. So it looks like we're maxed out on the infantry and the operations after the war with China. The armoured stuff, obviously we didn't do a lot with the armour. So that's the thing. That's gone now. We can put any XP... Well, what we can do with all that XP apart from build some division templates with it? I don't know. Air doctrine we haven't really supported. What would be best? We have a little bit in fighter aircraft, so I guess we're going to open up this. Oh, medium range escort. What will this do? Because range is going to be a thing. Airspace dominance. All right, so I haven't had a look at any of these. Let's have a squiz. Escort efficiency, air superiority, air accidents chance, air power projection. Seemingly nothing to do with medium range escort then, as I can see. Knights of the Air. That sounds very samurai, doesn't it? Agility, air superiority mission, air manpower requirement. Okay, and air accidents chance. That sounds good. There's naval aviation. That's for carrier fighters. I don't know just how... Oh, naval targeting, though. I'm going to assume that the US Navy is not going to be the problem that it was historically for the Japanese. When the AI control it, it's not usually that bad. Oh, that does actually give fighters 10% range. So that's initially granting. That's not bad at all. Ace generation. Fighter bombers. It's going to give us our ground attacks and bonus. Ground attack stuff is so important in this game. I don't see anything super exciting in these. I'm just going to go for that because it sounds like something that we are going to need fighting where we are. So I can't do any more in there for now. All right, roll on time. Let's get big time going now. So this is the kind of the fun stuff. This is like the build up to the start of the war. Obviously, we've just had a war, but this is a break for the next one. And I actually like the build up. I find it quite exciting, preparing for the next big expedition. So here is on the production front. It looks like our striking workers, we've actually, the ones that have gone in, we've made to look like heroes. So we gain base stability, and it removes the strikes, gets rid of that. That's really nice. Because that was a huge problem. That was sucking up a vast amount of our factories. Vast amount. In fact, it's gone so much the other way. We're good. We've also got concentrated industry. We are in 1939. So I will get the construction bonus as well. There's going to be a bit to catch up on here. So we'll see where we get to. Now, building. I am going to go for that infrastructure. Or am I? Because it's going to get us so little bonus. If I do that, it's not even any bonus on the aluminium. I don't think there's going to be. It's not worth doing for that. Okay. It's worth doing for other reasons. Coal. Coal might be an issue later on. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. We could build infrastructure across China. Not immediately beneficial to us, but it will keep their autonomy down if it looks like they're ever going for independence. Keep an eye on that one as well. Alright, I don't see anything particularly exciting in there. So, I am going to build... What am I going to build? Right here. We kind of... Oh, we'll need to try and build up naval bases and airfields. And... Ah, yes! Before I forget, we need to have radar and shit like that. So, let's stick this in... Oh, I don't know. Stick it. Where can we stick it? Anywhere? That'll do. And I don't care about nuclear, but we do need land as well. So let's stick a land research. So we've got air, sea, and land now. That'll be enough. That'll keep things busy for a little while. And we've got some new troops. Oh, I made a new theatre. This is just going to be garrison troops, which we have set to garrison all the seaports in our empire. We need about 50 divisions to do it. I've been actually quite conservative or cautious in that I'm also garrisoning the ones on the Chinese coast. I don't think that's going to be necessary. That's taking up a lot of divisions, but it's just to make sure nothing goes and lands there. And I think once we gain superiority over here, that's not going to be a problem. So we can reduce that. Prototype decision on our... These are our engineering ships, right? Support ships. Always go find the balance, because this other stuff will give us repair values, maximum repair effect. We'll just go find the balance. That'll do. Don't know if I'm going to build any of those. I'd like to try them out. But we do have a limited number of dockyards at the moment. Czechoslovakia. Oh, wow. Okay, so we finished off the war with China. And things are still kicking off in Europe. They haven't actually started yet. By the way, you ask anyone how long World War II lasted, and most people, certainly in the Western world, will say, well, it was 6 years, from 1939 to 1945. No. You ask the Chinese how long it lasted, and they have a very different opinion on that. All right, let's see. We've got some more of those into that garrison over there. Manpower we're going to have to look at, and I wonder if we can change our mobilization laws now. Or not mobilization, but the... Yeah, actually it is mobilization on the economy. Expand the Showa Research Association. Can't even remember why we were doing that one. So we've got a lot of stuff that we can now look at. There's going to be colonial affairs, actually. Right, so that's going to help our neighbours quite a bit. There's like... Oh, there's just so much to now start working down. Political power, 75. I wouldn't mind that because we're a little bit behind with that. An expedition to Tibet. Tibet gets event. Suspected Japanese agents spotted and elects decisions to influence Tibet with the goal of turning them into a Japanese subject. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. That one gives cost reduction for naval doctrine and unlocks the Pearl Harbor strike. Well, it does look like it's something we will have to go down eventually. No, let's not worry about that. All right. I can't see anything without having a deep look into these things that's going to instantly give me a load of extra industry effect. This sort of stuff, I think this happens in the colonies, so I don't know how useful it is to us directly. This looks like the industry going on down here. So, what have we got? This one, building slots, regional development, modify early industrialization efforts by factory bomb vulnerability. Well, we don't care about that, but I think that all these things is probably actually worth having in the long run. Yeah, I can't see anything that's like super exciting down there straight away. These don't look like they're bad ideas to have. Install the Spirit of Bushido. Some bonus for the army. My God. Oh, wait, hang on. There's some stuff over... Oh, the stuff over here. Okay, so we're going for dockyards. Yep. It's the Navy. We do have to catch up with the Navy quite a bit. Oh, we get... Ah, right. Okay, I see what's coming now. We're also getting puppet troops. What's the template like? Oh, crap. Okay, that's not bad, actually. I'm going to keep all those guys together. Don't know what I'm going to do with them just at the moment, so I'm going to stick them in this army here. If we give them a colour like that. And any commander... I don't know. This guy looks quite good. We've had him in command before. I might want to save him for some Japanese soldiers. Do we trust them? I mean, he's quite a good commander. We've got quite a good set of commanders, actually. Let's go with you. You've got some nice things in there. Infantry expert, which is such a good one to have. Right, cool. Let's get you training as well. Oh, there's more. Right, okay. Better get this going. I'm going to go with... What the hell is that? High capacity electrical grid. Okay, this one's new. Augmentations to the existing civilian power infrastructure give us higher capabilities. Resource gain per infrastructure, 10%. That's a lot of construction costs. You can have one of these buildings per state. Oh, and it shares a cap. And this one, factory energy requirements. Until we're like short of coal, that's not a problem. Naval headquarters. All right, well, we kind of know what that does. It's just a buff for those in the region. I don't know. So when in doubt, build military factories. It's always a fair bet. We'll just take one of those off there. Just so that we always have a slot free in case there's something else I need to build in there. We need to keep some space for some dockyards as well. We'll get a few free ones though. King Zog submits to Italy. Ah, hang on, right. Yeah, let me just backtrack a little bit now, because we're going to need to improve the Navy by quite some effect, actually. And we also want these, but it's a little bit early. But this will give us naval invasion plan capacity +3. Naval invasion preparation time -10. I'm going to grab that now, because we've got a bonus for it anyway. And that's going to be very useful. And I'm going to put someone in here. It's really for the radar, to be quite honest. Electronics. Okay, he'll do. It really doesn't make that big a difference to me. But we want to get radar going. So whoever we got in there is fine. A few percentage points, speed, one way or the other, makes no difference. Not to me. I don't care for the special projects all that much. Right, let's go back into the Navy then. And start getting our destroyers at least set up for what they're going to do. There's a whole lot of stuff to do. Is this the trucks? Is there one that makes them cheaper? Yep, production output is always a good one to go for. We'll have that. Breakthrough is not bad. And I don't like reducing the reliability of these things. It's just my personal preference. Don't like things breaking down and having to be replaced. Probably in the game mechanics it's not that big a deal. But I tend to avoid that if I can. Right, nice. Keep putting those guys into there. So much experience for the army now that we can't use. Expand the Navy ammunitions arsenal. Excellent. This will give us naval engineering progress and more dockyards, but it's 70 days. This will give us 2 air bases in Taiwan. And research bonuses. Naval invasion preparation speed goes down as well. I mean, they're all good. Research bonus for medium aircraft. New fighters. Oh, God, everything. All right, let's start working over that. Let's try and get the Navy into at least some semblance of order. Ready for the next huge, big push. All right, those guys are coming on nicely. Italy pursues closer bonds with Germany. Okay. Leave them to it. Kind of going to be good for us. Molotov rip and drop pack. Yep, all good for us. It's all good for us. Oh, we're going to have all sorts of guys then in this odd army over here. We've got more. Yep, we've got a whole load more puppet soldiers coming out. Chinese and everything. Well, we're going to have loads of... I don't know what we're going to be able to do with these. Probably... Here's a thought, actually. We're probably going to have to put soldiers up on our borders with the Soviet Union. Although, thankfully, our puppets are dealing with that. But will they be able to if we go to war with them? Not that I'm planning on. But it is going to be a risk eventually. Let us pick up the smoke generators. And then we can start getting... I think we'll work towards 1939 destroyers. Oh, actually, while we've got some fuel, let me... those guys can... There's actually no one to go raiding. So let's just go naval exercises for those. And the escorts go naval exercises for those. Until they've finished. Use up all the fuel. Actually, that's... yeah, while they were convoy raiding nobody, it was actually using an awful lot of fuel. Who'd have thought? So we've now got support ships, which I may do something with. There's nothing else we can add on now, so that's all right. And prepare the southern fronts. Right, what do we want next? So we can actually pick out 2 of these. If we go down the battleship line, the sensible one, actually the carriers is the sensible one. The battleship line's kind of the fun one, though. But there's nothing to say we can't do both. We just can't do naval. Sorry, the balanced one. We can't do that. But that's fine. So let's pick these. 70, 70. We're not going to be building anything new just yet. So that one will give us Navy fuel consumption. That goes down. Aircraft product. Yeah, okay. Let's grab that one. And then we can leave the Navy aside whilst we try and get some other things set up. And we now have... Can I change that? No. Can I change that? No. I guess we're going to have to be at war for those. Military High Command is not so important. And the theorists... They're kind of useful. but probably not. Once we go to a war, we'll have XP coming in, so I don't think we need to waste money on those. Or waste political power, I should say. Right, what have we got? Research speed. I don't like the fascism support there. That reduces the cost of all aircraft by 15%. I think that's going to be a good one. That gives us some better output. Naval architect. This one, research speed, 6%. We may need to put one of those in just to get some more political power. He's still good. Production cost and factory output are still good. I'm going to go for the aircraft. I'm going to try and save some resources on the aircraft. What's this? All battleships. I'll spend some points in those later. We'll just do it off stream. I just click a load and just who cares? But generally I go for things like reduced fuel consumption or increased range. Both of those are always good. Now then, we have the land. This is what we want. I think I've been rethinking my tanks as well. Because I said I'm not going to bother with tanks. As someone rightly pointed out in the comment section, those 3 medium armor divisions did an absolutely fantastic job of rolling across China. So, I was going to play with light tanks, but light tanks are never that great. Makes it a bit more of a challenge. But I think we may actually go with some tanks. Anyway, we want flamethrowers. Yeah, we definitely want flamethrower tanks. They're going to be pretty damn brutal. And radar. Nice. We've got things going now. So flamethrower tanks, which are going to line up well and give a lot of support to our infantry divisions. That's going to work really nice. It's going to buff them all. Poland refuses the German ultimatum. So, naval treaties are over. World War II has started in Europe. Nothing to do with us at the moment. It could be. But we need a bit of time to build everything up. Preferably without any pop-ups game. That would be really nice. Smoke generators. Let us get the depth charge thrower on escort. And then we'll get 1939 destroyers. And that'll probably do us for the war. Oh, there's so many more things we need to build, actually. I need to get some towed anti-aircraft guns going as well. Nice. We now have a decent number of these. In fact, we've probably got a huge stockpile of them, have we? Yeah, we can stop that nonsense. I'll go for support equipment and light and medium tanks, I think. So let's just go. Let's take that down to there. Oh, this is where the aluminium's going, look. Yeah, that is a problem. We can probably get away with half as many trucks. But the rubber cost is not too bad. Yeah, it's okay. We'll go with that until we have a big stockpile. We might want more of those later. We'll make sure we've got artillery. I do want to increase the artillery in our infantry divisions. And light and medium tanks. Okay. We'll go for the improved light tank. Standard production. Because these are actually kind of useful. I mean, they only use a bit of steel. They're also kind of useful just for like recon support companies and other things like that. So we'll do those. And I think we're actually going to go with... Do we not have... We have interwar medium tanks. I think perhaps we should get some better ones than that. But to get some... Yeah, medium tank designer. Or should I go with the Mitsubishi? No, they're heavies. No, we'll go with that. Let's put this up the list. I am going to go for a few of these after all. Trains can go to the bottom of the list. They're not quite so exciting. And we'll go for 5 factories using up some steel. Because we have a surplus of steel at the moment. Oh, we've got more factories. Excellent. What we're going to put it in? Artillery. Planes. We're going to go for planes, obviously. There we go. Yeah, that was a no-brainer, really. Fuel refining 3. Should make the fuel reserves go around a little bit further. Back to the Navy, because we do want these destroyers. Oh, I don't have the research bonus for them now. Actually, before I forget. Yeah, we want AA guns. Which will then allow us to put better AA on the ships. What are you guys doing in there? Can't remember if I had a job for these 3 in particular. I can't remember. I'll put them in the garrisons. We'll give them a crap... Well, not a crap commander. It's just someone with plenty of defense, but it's also... It's nice to have infantry officer and stuff like that, so we'll go with that. I've got, by the way, I found this crusty old looking field marshal. He just has some quite nice bonuses for defensive stuff, so it works well for a garrison army that's not going to do any attacking, it's just going to sit defending ports. Nice. Okay, let's get that one, and then we'll soon be ready. Get our new improved destroyers. Available planes. What are we actually building that could come out here? We've got interwar small airframes. Well, it's going to get replaced by the better ones. So let's put them... In fact, let's put 2 in. And we'll get those guys trained up as new stuff comes in. Expand the Navy's technical department. The game is flipping flying on now all of a sudden. So, new fighters. We could get the 1941s. Modern bombers. This will give us the medium aircraft. I kind of feel like we do need some, because otherwise our ground attack aircraft won't be able to support our armies on naval invasions because they won't have the range to achieve much with it. Or at least that's how I figure it all works. It kind of makes sense. Let's get working on... Unlocks decisions to befriend and invest in the natural resources of Asia. I'm going to do that. We're going to start working up the economy side a little bit. Fall of Warsaw. Poland's gone. Poland's capitulated. Britain and France are now standing alone against the might of Germany. What's this? Oh, have I done... Have I got... How did I end up with 2? Did I really order 2 of those to be built? Or did I capture one? I don't know. I don't know, but we don't need to worry about it. Available special project. No, we're going to dismantle that. Civilian factories. What should we build now? Should we start looking at infrastructure? Tell you what, we'll put a bit in there. It's not going to make a grand bit of difference, but we will get some stuff out of this. And it gives us better speed for building up. Actually, if we're expanding the Navy, we are going to need steel. It'll give us better speed for building up factories and other facilities in there. There's nothing... I mean, we don't need all that chromium. That's insane amounts of chromium. The only one that actually, that looks like it's worth putting some in. Oh, there's some aluminium here. Oh, no, wait, this isn't ours, though. Ours stops here. That's where our border is. Okay, that will do for now. Until we get something cool. The naval factions seek to expand dockyard production. So, that, I think, gives us a load of missions. Well, not rather... Well, it is a mission. It's not a decision to take. But if we don't achieve it, then the balance between the army and the navy changes. I get so fed up of managing things like that in the game. It's not been a problem here so far, not as much as I thought it would be with a Japan playthrough, because historically it really, really was. But it was an issue when I played as Italy. They had a similar sort of system. And I think Switzerland has a crazy system like that as well. USSR occupies eastern Poland. We'll have to keep an eye on those pesky USSR. In fact, I should have something in there, really. That's not a bad idea for these guys, is it? So, let me put him in... No, that's fine. We're just going to do that. 3 divisions in that army. We never need to change that ever again. Construction, excavation would also be wise, but we're going to jump. Were we not? I thought we would... Wait, I thought I'd clicked on that, no? Oh, my bad. I must have not pressed the button or something. I could have sworn I'd set that up. We've got our Marines, by the way, chilling. The end of the League of Nations. Finland rejects Soviet demands. Finland goes to war. So we've got our Marines chilling down here. I could give them some medals. What I could do is modify that template. Currently 20 width. So the rest, it's kind of nice having, I like big, like 36, 40 width divisions of Marines. But I like to put the rest in as amphibious tanks, which we kind of need. So that's not needed. Oh, did we get... We do have a police force. What I was thinking of doing is adding military police in there. Actually, I could make this massive, couldn't I? Because we've got so much experience here. We could just fill that up with cavalry and put the military police in there. Let's do that. So this is the other way. You either have your police divisions as just a single cavalry. You can actually add a light tank in to give them a bit of armor. Which... I didn't actually make that change. It makes them more expensive, but it makes them more durable as well. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it like that. Or am I? I'm not entirely... This doesn't make any difference at the moment. What it would do if I did all this and then added that one and then added the military police in, it would mean I'd need less manpower for garrisons. That would be good going forwards, I think. Yeah, come on. We're going to do this. Is there a quick way of adding the whole line into this? Does anyone know? I do that? No. I don't know. I was holding shift. It's nearly made anyway. I mean, what else am I going to do with all this military experience? That's good old 50 width division. Whack that in. Military police. Click save. And so we're currently using garrisons 33,000, which is not a lot. Save that. Does it instantly show that? Garrisons 28,000. So I will be using a little bit of support equipment. Save 5,000 men. Which in that case is not a great big thing, but in the, well, when we get occupying all of Southeast Asia, it might well be. We're getting loads of these extra puppet troops coming to help us out. East Asian Cooperative Society. Excellent. What's that one do? Gives us some experience. Let's have a look. So a lot of guys get planning skills, which sounds like a good idea to me. Let me just flick on the historical one again. The reorganized national government. Okay, now this might be useful. Shanghai State is now a core of the reformed government of the Republic of China. Becomes owned and controlled by the reformed government. Okay. What else do they get? Imperial Protectorate of Japanese Empire. Unlocks decisions to consolidate our Chinese holdings. United States gains base war support. Do you know, it's 35 days. It's going to give us some interesting looking things to play with and choices. So I think we will pick that because I would like to have a look and see what that is. And we may as well check out all the new stuff, right? Shanghai State. It's going to be something over here. Interesting.